From infants and preschoolers to school-age children and teenagers, parents want to know the number of hours of sleep required, the gains of having enough sleep, the risk of not getting adequate sleep, and some good sleep practices for children. Magandang araw po sa kanilang lahat. Ako po si Dr. Pablito Planta at sabay po nating alamin ang healthy sleep habits para sa mga bata. At different stages of development, meron po tayong mga science-based guidelines to help us determine kung sapat ba ang tulog ng ating mga anak for them to grow, learn, and play. Remember that these numbers reflect total sleep hours in a 24-hour period, and these include their nap times. A reminder for daytime naps, limit to 45 minutes maximum. Sa ating mga sanggol from 4 to 12 months old, they will need 12 to 16 hours in a day. Para sa mga toddlers o mga batang may edad 1 to 2 years old, they are required 11 to 14 hours of sleep per day. At sa ating mga preschoolers aged 3 to 5 years, kailangan naman nila ng 10 to 13 hours of sleep sa loob ng isang araw. For our school-age children, 6 to 12 years old, they will need 9 to 12 hours of sleeping time. And for our teenage children, kailangan naman nila ng 8 to 10 hours on a regular basis to promote optimal health. Ngayon na alam na natin ang recommended sleep hours for our children, I hope that we can all go back and check if our children are getting sufficient sleep or not. And why is it important to get adequate sleep? Alam niyo po ba na pag sapat ang oras ng tulog ng mga bata, ayon sa mga pag-aaral, this will lead to improvements in the following areas. Attention, they're able to focus better. Behavior, they are less irritable or cranky. Learning, they perform better in school. Memory, they retain information more effectively. Emotional regulation, they are better at coping with big emotions like frustration. Mental health, children have less worries or anxiety and sadness or depressed mood. And physical health, mas mataas ang kanilang resistensya. O diba, ang galing. Pag adequate ang sleep ng ating mga anak, ang daming benefits. Pero, paano naman pag kulang ang tulog nila? Again, ayon sa mga studies, not getting enough sleep on a regular basis may lead to the following unfavorable outcomes. Difficult behaviors like irritability. Mas nagiging bugnutin sila, umainit ang ulo. Inattention, hirap sila mag-concentrate. And of course, health problems. For example, they are at higher risk of hypertension, lalo na later on. Obesity, dahil napapalakas ang kain, lalo na paggising sa gabi. Sakit ng ulo, and depression. So, bilang mga magulang, syempre we would want our children to develop good sleep habits. And how do we do that? Sa mga susunod na slides, I will run through some good practices that we can apply in our own homes. So here are some tips for our dear parents on how to develop good sleep habits for our children. Number 1, make sufficient sleep a family priority. Tayo po ang role model ng ating mga anak. Importante na nakikita nila tayo not staying up all night, and we're making sleep a priority for ourselves, and that it is part of the healthy lifestyle, like eating right and exercising regularly. Number 2, keep to a regular daily routine. Having a consistent waking time Meal times, nap time, and play times helps with a smooth bedtime as well. Especially for young children, it helps to start them early with a bedtime routine. And this is my favorite, the 4 Bs of bedtime. Ano nga ba yung 4 Bs? Bath, brush, books, and bed. So remember this, okay? Bath, for good hygiene. It is soothing and is a good way to separate our children's evening activities and sleep time. Brush, for good oral health. Tandaan, ang toothbrush dapat ang huling dumapos ng ngipin ng ating mga kids bago sila matulog. Books, for early learning. I often find that only a few families practice this very important bedtime activity. At ang mas nakakalungkot malaman ay mayroon palang ibang bata na either hindi nababasahan ng libro o kaya very limited ang kanilang exposure sa mga books, pero sagana sa screen or gadget time. So what I'd like to advocate sa inyo, dear parents, is to spend even just 15 minutes a day to read aloud together to promote language, social, emotional development, and cognitive abilities. Remember, it's never too early to share books with your child. B or bed for healthy sleep. Mahalaga na mag-set tayo ng regular bedtimes at mag-stick tayo doon. Do not wait for our children to start rubbing their eyes or yawn. Pwede natin silang dalhin sa kanilang bed na mga around 15 to 20 minutes earlier than their set bedtime. Now, number 3, be active during the day. Bigyan po natin ang mga bata ng iba't ibang activities to keep them active during the day. Kasama na dyan ang physical activities and outdoor games. Pero syempre, within the limits of safety ngayong pandemic. When we allow them to go outside and expose them to bright light during the day, this will help set their biological clock so they'll be tired in the evening. Number 4, monitor their screen time. So no TV, computers, laptops, tablets, and phones inside children's bedrooms, especially at night. Yung light from screens such as mobile devices and tablets contain yung tinatawag natin na blue light, and this can suppress melatonin which promotes sleep. Galiin sana natin na wala na silang any exposure to all screens mga 1 oras bago ang kanilang bedtime. Number 5, create a sleep-supportive and safe bedroom environment. Dim the lights or turn them off completely. Yung darkness will promote sleep and healthy levels of melatonin, a hormone that regulates sleep and wakefulness. Also, huwag po nating punuin ng toys ang kanilang bed. Pero pag 1 or 2 bagay lang like a teddy bear and security blanket, pwede, to help them ease with separation anxiety, especially for children who already sleep in their own bedrooms. Number 6, realize that teens require more sleep, not less. While it is true that their sleep-wake cycles begin to shift up to 2 hours later, this does not mean they need less than what is ideal or recommended. Number 7, don't put your baby to bed with a bottle of juice or milk formula. Pwede natin sila painumin ng tubig, but anything other than water in the bottle can cause bottle tooth decay. And number 8, let's avoid overscheduling. Check their daily schedules. If masyado ng puno, huwag na nating ipilit pa ang added activities, especially if these are evening activities. Give them time to wind down and let's allow them to have some downtime during the day. So with that, I'd like to thank you all for listening. Sana matandaan po natin yung mga tips na to. Napakaganda. So maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. This has been Dr. Pabs Planta, a developmental and behavioral pediatrician. Thank you. Bye.